All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to Promotech. Thanks for tuning in. The first official look at the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide just dropped, and this isn't just another yearly refresh. This is Samsung quietly shifting the identity of the Fold itself. Screen shape, weight balance, display tech, camera positioning, small changes on paper that could completely reshape how foldables feel for the next 5 years. Let's dive right into the video. This wide version isn't a random experiment. Samsung is clearly positioning it as a counter-move to Apple's upcoming foldable, and the biggest statement is the aspect ratio. Side by side with the Fold 7, this thing looks dramatically wider. When you break down the proportions, the inner display lands around 16:10. That's not accidental. That's laptop territory. That's YouTube, Netflix, multitasking sweet spot territory. Compared to the taller, narrower Fold 7, media now fills the screen naturally instead of feeling slightly boxed in. It's subtle, but once you notice it, you can't unsee it. But here's where it gets interesting. The cover display reportedly sits around 9:7. That means short and wide. Great for typing, great for reading. But social media apps optimized for tall screens might feel cramped vertically. Samsung isn't trying to make this universally better. They're redefining what better means, and that signals confidence. Now remember what happened with the Trifold. It sold out almost instantly in the US. That told Samsung something important. People are bored of safe upgrades. So instead of cautiously testing this wide concept in limited numbers, they're reportedly preparing around 1 million units at launch. That's a serious commitment. It's not a side project. It's a strategic fork in the Fold lineup. The next quiet shift is the display itself. Both Fold 8 models are expected to use Samsung's new near-creaseless panel. In controlled lighting, you might still spot it, but in normal use, it's basically gone. Compared to older Folds, where the crease constantly reminded you it was a compromise, this is Samsung removing the psychological barrier. And here's the bigger implication. Apple is rumored to be using a similar Samsung-made panel. When your biggest competitor depends on your display tech, that tells you who's really leading this category. Speaking of subtle upgrades, anti-reflective coating on the cover display may sound boring, but it changes daily usability more than megapixels ever will. Outdoor visibility improves. Fingerprint smudges become less distracting. Compared to older Fold cover screens that reflected everything like a mirror, this pushes it closer to ultra-level polish. It may not use the exact same Gorilla Glass formula as the S-Series Ultra, but the direction is clear. Foldables are no longer experimental. They're premium first. Now cameras. The wide is expected to pack a 200MP main sensor and a 50MP ultra-wide. That's strong. But the telephoto situation is where Samsung could either win or frustrate power users. If they hold back the full triple camera stack for the standard model, that sends the wrong message. A wider device shouldn't mean fewer capabilities. And if both versions cost around $2,000, capability parity becomes critical. Quick side note. If you're the type who cares about these deeper differences and not just flashy marketing slides, over 70% of you watching right now aren't subscribed. This channel is about looking past the headline specs and understanding what these moves really mean long-term. Join the community if you're into that. Back to the hardware. There's also talk of a lighter chassis, around 15 grams less, while possibly increasing battery to 5,000 milliamp hours. That's ambitious. Reducing weight while adding capacity requires internal redesign, possibly new hinge materials or denser battery stacking. Samsung doesn't make those changes unless they're thinking 2 generations ahead. And this is where Walvers comes in. If you're upgrading to something like the Fold 8 Wide, protection matters more than ever. Walvers has been refining ultra-slim aramid cases specifically for foldables. Minimal bulk, hinge coverage, clean grip. It's the kind of accessory that makes sense when devices push new form factors instead of sticking to slabs. I'll leave it linked below if you want to check it out. Zooming out, this wide model feels less like a variant and more like a philosophical shift. For years, Fold devices leaned tall and narrow to mimic traditional phones. Now Samsung is testing what happens if you prioritize tablet-like immersion instead. That changes how apps scale, how multitasking feels, even how you hold the device day to day. And if this sells well, what happens to the standard Fold design in 2 years? Does wide become the default? Does Samsung split the Fold into productivity versus portability identities? Because this move feels bigger than one generation. If both versions launched at the same price with identical specs aside from shape, which philosophy wins long-term? The classic narrow fold, or this wider, media-first approach? And what does that mean for the future of Galaxy foldables as a whole? Take care and stay safe. I'll see you in the next one soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.